It's my birthday too, yeah.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. So glad you are with us. And very shortly, we should have Chris Rigby on the line.
Wow, listen to your nice little deep radio voice there, buddy. Look at you.
I got it going on.
You got it going on today, man. It was like, I thought we were like watching some kind of rocket launch or something. Oh, we are gate 5. We are 10 minutes out. All flights are go. Go flight. No, Roger, that's Roger that. And 6 minutes left. All systems look good. Mike, back to you.
Engage thrusters.
Engage thrusters. Roger, engaging thrusters. Roger that. So, are we still waiting for Chris?
We are having phone issues.
You know, I was just doing some reading. You know, Chris is great.
Go ahead.
Chris, are you there?
I think I am.
Hey, Chris,
we
welcome,
got
buddy. We were just talking about you are the master of the masters, man. Have you used that name yet? Because if so, we want credit. Because you are the master.
I haven't used that. I like that. Yeah.
You're welcome to it. Just make sure we get credit for it, will you?
Yeah, you definitely have.
All right, man. I know you're out of state, country, somewhere, but it doesn't matter where. But what time is it? Just curious. What time is it wherever you are?
I'm actually exactly 12 hours difference. Exactly 12. 12 ahead.
All right, so it's only 8:30 at night. It's nice evening. It's just dinner, a little after dinner hour. So welcome back.
It's perfect.
It is
perfect until the Super Bowl in a couple of weeks.
Good point, man. Yeah, that's like in the middle. That's like 4 a.m. or something, right?
yeah, exactly.
It's like watching the Open.
Yes,
it'd be like watching the Open.
It is kind of for us exactly right. It's like when the Open's over there, we get up. So welcome back in, Chris. It's glad to have you with us one more time. And we've been bragging about you and how amazing the Patrons Caddy is. And I want to congratulate you on your success. I know that a lot of your packages have just filled right up, and that is the sure sign of that you do a wonderful job and you're the best of the best. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And also, there's these 3 that you have left. I was checking out. But one of them really intrigues me. One of the best parts about Masters time last year was the first Women's AM Championship that was actually played the final round at Augusta. And I believe they played the other round close by, Augusta Golf Club or something. Is that right? Do you know?
They played it at a course called Champions Retreat.
Yeah, and then
a handful of ones that's really great.
But when I watched it at Augusta, it was just one of the more exciting things I ever saw. It was so cool. And you actually have a package for someone to witness that final round. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
How great is that?
So we added that this year, which has been new and exciting. So that final round happens on the first Saturday preceding the tournament. So it's Saturday the 4th, and that international field starts out with 72 of the best women amateurs in the world, and they take it down to 30 for the final round at Augusta National on that Saturday.
Yeah.
So what this package entails is that people would arrive into the Augusta region on the Friday, April the 3rd, and we'd pick them up at the airport, whatever airport they came in, and they stay with us for 3 nights. So they're with us for Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights. They went women's final round on that Saturday. And then on Sunday, I've got, the last couple of years, I've had a PGA teaching professional that teaches a handful of the players on tour.
Is that Andre White? Is that Andre White?
Yeah, Andre White. So he teaches some of the international guys.
Yeah.
So he would go out with this group on Sunday and do a plane lesson with them on 18 holes at one of the nicer courses in the area, which is kind of cool. And then on Monday they would attend the first practice round. So the Monday practice round.
So it includes the practice round for the men at Augusta. This is a great package. I'll tell you that, because last year were you at the finals with the ladies last year? Were you able to go? Or are you too busy?
I didn't go and attend. I sent a few of my staff over to check it out.
Well, I saw it on TV, and it was amazing. And it was some of the best finals and the 2 ladies that went head to head, and how great the golf they played. It was just something that. It was, the history of the ladies playing there in the first place in a tournament was so cool. But how it even ended was, it's just perfect. So I would love to experience this. So if you got only 12 spots available. I don't know how many of you sold yet, but if you want to go see the best ladies and amateur ladies play, and then get to see the men at Augusta, and you get to go to the golf course, the National, twice. is cool enough. But then going to have your people pick up and serve them dinner and all the things you offer, it's the best of the best. And I don't know if you could hear us before, Chris, but we were talking about how you treated us a few years ago, and it's just nothing but getting better and better. I did understand that you have some new homes. The homes we're in were awesome, but did you have new homes available for your packages? Is that true?
I do. So I've got a total of houses every year, which holds 4 people in each house to make my packages with 24 people only on them. So I keep it small just to keep it intimate, and I just think it's a better atmosphere and a better setup for the guests as well. I keep it that. So of the 6 houses, I lost 3 of them this year. So it was a little bit of I don't want to say a panic kind of in the summertime, but I put all hands on deck, and I ended up finding 3, and I would say that they're all slight for sure upgrades.
Nice.
2 of them have a pool. One of them has a nice games room, pool table, and dartboard and that sort of thing. And just the entire structure of the house is just a little bit better setup. So
did you lose?
All in the same neighborhood.
Did you lose the turtle house?
Unfortunately, I did. I'm not sure if the turtle went with it. But,
well,
that was also the fall down the stairs house.
That was almost fall down the stairs house.
I almost
you probably
mimicked
woke
Justin.
Chris up that morning, man. We were all at that house
he heard
together.
I heard him laughing as I was riding the ladder down the stairs.
But the big house is
because
that
I've done that about 6 times. I know what it's like. You come down there with socks.
That's what he did. I heard you. I was laughing. I heard you too. And I was just laughing because how you stuck the landing. I was surprised you didn't go down like a
Thank
DJ.
God I did.
So that
I had thought about afterwards that I should put beware of the stairs kind of on the entrance.
Yeah, it might not. Well, actually, the problem with that nowadays is if you do that, you're saying, "Oh, there's a problem."
Exactly.
You're better just leaving it.
And if you're considering going to one of these packages, we'll talk about the other ones here in a second. But if you're thinking of going, everything is taken care of as soon as you land. You get to the airport, and the second you land, everything is taken care of, and they feed you. And I just noted, I was looking at your note here that you have the barbecue night, and you even have your menus and the Augusta Tour. So this is tell me about the Augusta Tour and beers, ending with Beers on Washington Road. What is that?
So the Augusta Tour we started doing it was based off when you gents were there, and the driver took you around one of the local guys, and from there I've made it I've made it like a better setup. So when you come in, a lot of people get in early in the day, and it's like we do. Like everyone wants to go to the course. I'm like, you're not allowed to go to the course because you need a ticket.
Right.
Yeah.
So I put together this thing which gives you a great look at just in and around Augusta National. So I call it an inside look outside the gates of Augusta National Golf Course.
Oh, awesome.
Tour.
That's really cool.
So the first setup is what I called how Augusta National dictates city infrastructure 365 days of the year. So I can go into a little bit of detail, but you guys remember when we lined up to go into the course?
Yeah.
There was Old Berkman's Road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Old Berkman's Road is basically no longer there. They've moved it, half a mile west and parking lot. What course in the world basically picks up a main road and moves it, right?
That was one of our most famous moments, Bill, when we stood there and it was raining just in the morning,
sun
and
was coming up.
The guy in front of us was smoking cigarettes and blowing the smoke in my face.
Yeah, you had
I got the real aroma and the flair.
The whole feel.
And that was the first morning. That was. It was funny. It was cool.
Oh, it was really cool.
There was a buzz.
You catching the secondhand smoke.
I mean, I had a buzz, but there was also a buzz.
I stepped back a few, to the left of you, a couple spots. But you say the debrief is a lot smoother. I thought what you did with us was very smooth, by the way. And was kind of nice. And I'll explain what. So after each round and before the next day, Chris would sit around with the group and kind of go over the agenda and what's going to happen and all the cool things. And I thought you did great. And it was a bunch of us listening, but we're getting loud at times too for you because, we're just having a good time in the house. But you say it's a lot smoother. I don't know how that's possible because I thought it was great. So how's it smoother?
We put it into a PowerPoint presentation. We've got like a big screen. It's better for visual for people versus me. Or my staff kind of talking to points they can see. We've got a couple different maps of where you're coming into the course, where you're going to exit the course. Just some simple things of where the 6 concessions are throughout the course, and that
man.
sort of thing. So
Yeah,
I
the
gotta.
point at the end of the day, you think you guys know this, but there's 50,000 people in there, and no one has cell phones, and they're all coming out at the same time. How do you possibly find your driver, or how do you find your car,
Right.
and all that sort of stuff? So we just have it where, it's kind of seamless. No one gets lost, and we have the driver at the most efficient spot.
Yeah, you do think of everything, man. Yeah, you do think he does. They think of everything. We never had there was never a feeling of where are we and what are we going to do. So, and there are so many people, but you don't know it at times either.
Yeah.
So
I love the speech at night that you gave, Chris. It was like we're all on a football team, and it's like, all right, here's the
Come on,
plan.
team.
Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Billy, you're going to run around the right end. Mike, you're coming around the side with the sweep.
I thought it was
There's going to be an option play.
Yeah, it was awesome.
If this is blocked, we're going to hand off the chairs over on the left. Chris is going to run to the gate A, and he's going to go down the hill.
We're going to do an option. If this happens, we're doing options.
I was like, man, this is serious
up
stuff.
14.
But it was cool.
Amen. Corner option.
On that note, it just rings a bell from probably 8 or 9 years ago, where I had a bunch of my young guys, and they were coming in with me to put the chairs down with me and that type of thing in the setup. And I was doing this funny thing when we got out of the van. I started doing like left, like we're marching towards the gate. And one of them was like, "Mr. Rigsby, were you in the?"
So what the Chris Rigby and the Patrons County do behind the scenes to make your
so
trip
funny.
unbelievable is really amazing, and that's what makes this thing so smooth and outstanding. I do like that you're also, each house has its own little place where it has food stocked for you and everything. Not only are there the great dinners every night, but I don't know if you're cooking breakfast anymore, but you can order your food. There's a personalized grocery list that you could check. For you,
awesome.
Mike has some certain dietary needs. You could fix that, and I love that idea. So this is.
But yeah, and they took care of that. Chris and the crew took care of that when we went. That was piece of cake.
They think of.
It was awesome.
You had a piece of cake. I didn't know you could eat cake.
Gluten-free
Okay.
flour. Yeah.
No, it's awesome what you do. So the other package, not only that's the one with the ladies amateur, he's got 2 other packages, and it looks like, and I'm just grabbing them here, buddy. So the Black Knight seems pretty cool. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and I'm assuming it includes the par 3. Does that, you could go see the par 3? Is that right, Chris?
Exactly. So they would arrive on Monday. They attend the practice round on Tuesday, and the practice round / par 3 on Wednesday.
I'll have to.
Yeah, it's a great one. So.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then the other one that we have is I call it the Early Birdie. It is arriving on that first Sunday and attending the Monday practice round and then departing that night. So it's basically 24 hours with us. So the great thing about all 3 of those packages is that you're able to take in cameras for those first 3 days.
Oh, that's cool.
Of the practice
on the Wednesday
rounds, which that's a great shot.
So,
even the Wednesday you can.
I have to tell you that we were there, Mike. We were there the Thursday Friday package, but Mike and I got to go. We flew in early, and we got to go to the Wednesday ourselves, and it was one of the most enjoyable time because, of course, there wasn't as many patrons, obviously, and we just got to. Mike and I walked the entire course, so you got to see the entire course, and that being a golf fan and a Masters fan of my whole life, that was huge for me because the TV doesn't show the entire course. Right? Or how have to see it in person.
It amazes me. I mean, when we think about it, it's like a fairy tale story because the first guy we see when we walk on the actual course was Danny Willett. And that was the first guy we saw, the only guy we saw, and he won it.
It was the only, and we followed him alone with him and his 2 people, his caddy and his somebody, is probably his coach, for the first 7 holes or something. And we're the only ones. So who is this guy? We didn't know who he was.
Right.
And he ends up being the champion that year. That was
incredible.
That was pretty cool. So that was our fault. That was because of our,
and then Tom Watson's last Masters.
And Tom Watson's last, we watched him come up 18.
And we were in the background. We weren't supposed to be.
Well, yeah, so
we're on the left side of the fairway on 18 by accident.
You can't tell Chris that.
well, I just did.
So, Chris, as you could tell, we were both kind of giddy about this, and it was a great experience, and it seems to me that it couldn't have been any better, but you've been making improvements every year, which is what a good company does. And and if people are listening, if you want to go to one of those 3 packages, you can go see the ladies. You can, everything is taken care of. Then you can even go to Monday. If I'm saying this right, you can go to Monday's practice round. That's right. Yes,
that's correct.
Okay, and then
correct. I think all 3 of these packages, Billy, they're just great as a family kind of atmosphere. Or if you want to bring your kids, or if your kids are avid golfers, all that sort of stuff, you guys can talk to the bonding that would
Yeah.
happen as a family out there, and it would be an amazing experience.
It just is. I mean, it doesn't get better. And I've had friends that have gone to the Masters, and they've tried to share their experience with me, mostly PGA guys, and they're like, "Yeah, it was nice to go there." I said, "But you didn't go the right way.
Exactly.
You got to go the right way here, man, to make it." So it's the golf course itself and the golfers is great. What makes it phenomenal is Patrons Caddy. That's what makes it. That's what
Exactly.
really makes it great. And you do a great job, sir. And I know that you'll fill up these packages as well. We're going to try to get to you next year again and do it the right way. That's the plan. So,
Okay, excellent.
are things? Did you calm down a little since are you able to take a deep breath yet, or do you have to wait until the Monday after the event before that happens?
I kind of have to, I think, wait for the Monday after the event.
Okay.
Well, now it's kind of just starting to make sure the execution gets done and that sort of thing. So. Yeah, we're still working.
Well, you have a good team, and you're a good guy, Chris. And we Patrons Caddy. Well, you get 10% off if you guys mention GTR. You get 10% off those prices. You can check them all out online. Worth every penny. I promise you that. If you try to do that on your own, all this stuff on your own, there's no way.
Now that we've gone, I can't even imagine. There's so much stuff that we just did not know.
They can pick you up. You can fly into either Atlanta or Augusta National Airport. I think it's what it's called. Is it Augusta National or Augusta Airport? And there's one in Augusta, Chris.
Augusta Regional is what that one's called.
Thank
But
you.
coming from the west coast, you're going to fly into Atlanta. Makes
Yeah.
no sense.
And we had a great experience in Atlanta too. So that itself was so Chris, congratulations on being the best of the best, the master of the masters. Remember, you can use that now if you'd like. Mike,
I will.
did you
Thank you.
copywritten that right during the break?
No, I didn't. We saved that for Chris. That's that's our Happy New Year gift.
That's a present for him?
Yes.
Chris, that's all for you, buddy. The master of the masters.
Perfect.
Anything you want to
Thank
add
you.
to this conversation, Chris, before we let you go?
I would just say that if anyone wants to get a hold of me and ask any sort of questions at all, they can just come through the website. Is the easiest way, just the contact tab at www.thepatronscaddy.com.
Very
On
cool.
your link is your website, and it's just easy from there.
I have one quick question, and well, actually, can we take a break but keep him on the line?
Yeah,
All right,
definitely.
So
Can you hold tight, Chris?
hold tight for a second, Chris.
Sure.
Okay, we'll be right back,
problem.
guys. It's Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Stay with us.